So just a quick review of the new travel rod which came, kind of unboxing, and maybe I'll go fishing with it, we'll see, so let's do it. There's a trip to Spain in 3 weeks which I'm planning, so I decided to get a travel rod, and it's going to be, just move this one further back, it's going to be a sharp. So it's basically Spro Expedition, 2.7 meters, 15 to 45. I absolutely hate, especially from shore, I hate shorter rods than 2.7, so this 9 feet should be, anyway, fast action, as pretty much most of the travel rods. Yeah, nice, nice cover, nice pouch. This one is 5 pieces, so we'll see, we'll start basically, hopefully it's going to be just one by one. This one is usually, yeah, that's usually the second one. I will actually put it just out here first, so you can see it. The length is 60 centimeters, so that's kind of the maximum I manage. I figured I can fit into my just small carry-on luggage. Diagonally 60 centimeters. So yeah, and up to 45 grams, that should be actually plenty for pretty much most of the shore fishing I do, unless I'm blasting something on the west coast. Just let's check the pieces first. Handle, typical screw. There's basically an extra knob, well, extra knob just like this. So the handle is going to be actually, I'm planning to pair it with the Stratic. The carbon looks beautifully. Handle, nothing special. This is kind of plastic, super small. I do like that there is going to be basically straight contact with the blank, not much foam. Especially with, lately I'm using the Dive Alexa sea bass, and yeah, great rod with that. So yeah, the tip is definitely, it seems to be actually tubular all the way. So interesting. Kind of, I like it because just in case I break it, there is still, yeah, it's definitely tubular tip. Interesting. Should be great sensitivity. I love tubular rods. With the travel rod, what I found is like it's usually easier to set them up. I found it's usually better to start to align them from the end, or from the tip basically down. Otherwise the freaking everything guides are kind of mixed all the way around, so I just prefer to do it this way, and just looking through the guides, pretty much setting it similar, very much similar way that when I'm putting the guides on the new rod, or on when I'm repairing the guides. This is 5 piece, 9 feet, so yeah, so far actually looks like that blank is going to have a lot of power, and that's basically the handle. So I can just align it properly. Yeah, no hook keeper. I'll show you just from here. Now I need to be a little bit careful. The blank over here, it has some wrap. Yeah, every piece has actually the specification, so hopefully there might be some spare parts you might be able to order, just in case something gets broken or something gets missing. Looks very nice. The butt, there is basically Spectre, just brand. It doesn't sit actually perfectly, so see if I can actually push it, almost like fix it a little. Yeah, it was just pulled out a little bit. Not what we want to see with the new rod, but yeah, it looks actually very good. It's as with most of the travel rods, it's definitely going to be top heavy. I decided to pair it with the, so let's say, balance of the rod. I'll just check it like this. Now the balance is somewhere around here, so we'll see if we put 3000 size, yeah, 3000 size Stratic on top of it. I think it's going to go actually pretty well. Yeah, I like this double thing with the reels, although I never get issues with reels loosening anyway. So we'll see where the balance is going to be now. So roughly around on this spot. Yeah, not too top heavy. I might definitely put some plug on the back with maybe 10 grams of lead or 10-15 grams of lead just to balance it. For me, the total weight of the rod is actually, or the balance of the rod, especially for spinning, it's more important than the total weight. So I don't mind fishing with the heavier rods, but they need to be balanced. So usually what I want to see is it would be actually perfectly balanced just over here. So a small kind of plug just over here. It's going to protect the end anyway when I'm on the rocks, and otherwise I would need to put there like 5,000 size reel, and I think 3,000 is going to work perfectly with that. Yeah, so that's the rod. Yeah, looks beautifully so far. A very small guides, which I don't like. I'm definitely fan of the Daiwa, cheaper Daiwa, the kind of bigger guides. There are some micro guides I think over here. I like that the whole tip is tubular though, so let's go to the water and let's test it out. Yeah, so I'm just putting the line through. This is the FG, and there's a small knot basically, which is for extra teaser, which is on the fluoro leader, and these are the guides, super small. We'll see if it's going to bug me too much. I will just I will just replace basically the guides for bigger ones myself, but first we'll see. Yeah, this is going to be an issue, but if they're not getting smaller, this knot is still going to be able to get through. Not fan of the micro guides at all. It makes the rod maybe feel a little bit more sensitive. It keeps the line a little bit closer to the blind. It makes it a little bit faster, but I think, well, not a fan anyway. Yeah, so I have quite a few weights, so I just decided just to check the action. First we'll just test all of the connections, but they should be grand. Yeah, so just test the action basically with half kg. That's pretty much the bend with the half kg just hanging on it. I don't think I will load it anymore. Yeah, it's actually pretty good action. Not many dead spots or anything like that, and you can see kind of it bends pretty fast. It starts to bend. Not sure how much you can see it, but it starts basically nicely from the tip, and then the mid of the rod to the blank all the way here. It's pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how sensitive it's going to be, but I think sensitivity casting wise, we'll see. Definitely interesting action. It's good. Yeah, so just with the balancing, there is maybe like extra 10 grams. The diameter of this one is, I believe, 23 or 26. This is basically let's say the factory end, and I tend to use, especially when I'm fishing from the rocks. Just 1 second. I tend to just use a little bit of this. There's extra 10 grams of the weight. We'll just drop the lure and we'll see how the balance basically changed. So before it was basically on this one. Before it was on this one. Yeah, I don't mind this. I'm usually holding the rod basically just like this. So if the balance is, if the rod is basically balanced just like this, absolutely no issue, because I'm usually holding it like this. I'm holding the blank, or I'm just having the rod like this, but usually this way. It was a weird catch on this lure, wasn't it? Send the grandma.
Yep, send grandma. And
So the test of the new travel rod, plus working the reef when it's quite rough. Yeah, as soon as it's calmed down, I'm moving out. Yeah. So the first fish on the Spectre. Be free. Billy! They are getting into winter shape. Yeah, be free. Awesome, so that's the bass free. Yeah, couldn't be any happier. After a kind of crazier start, at least I got a crazy fall actually. I managed to get an awesome fish. It was like 57, but freaking it was thick, big, strong, awesome. Let's keep going.